have a question around. So NAMM is around the corner. Are you going?
I absolutely am. Yeah, everything's booked up. I am not sleeping because I'm so excited to do that, whatever that is going to be. I basically see friends at the very least, but also do some hard work, some sweaty hard work. Yes.
Okay. How do you think NAMM is going to be or going to stay relevant with the things we've seen in the past couple of years? They did this kind of virtual NAMM 2 or 3 years ago during the pandemic. Then they had a shift in calendar where last year it was in summer or nearly in summer, and they didn't have a summer NAMM in Nashville, and now it's back to like its old kind of end of January schedule. But there's also less and less companies going there. There are companies in town, there are brands in town, but they're not going to NAMM. They're booking hotel suites, or they're booking like some kind of external room and invite people who go to NAMM. So how do you think NAMM is going to stay relevant? Or if you don't think it's going to stay relevant, why do you think that is?
This is where I get myself in trouble for being so honest and undiplomatic.
Do it.
I'll answer that. The answer to that question is very simple, in my opinion and experience. NAMM is not going to survive unless they embrace content creators. And they should have done it many, many years ago. Everything you've said, I agree with, or is at least to my knowledge correct. It is smaller, less popular, and that's because of many, many reasons. I can list some of them. One of them, things like Guitar Summit growing and becoming more prominent. Online stuff, people go, that's why we're here. People come to YouTube and wherever to get their information. It's not needed as much as a release show anymore, and printed publications are not as popular as they were. And also, there is a money problem. People don't have so much money for gear right now. And people are reevaluating, and quite rightly so, whether they need to buy that guitar pedal amp plug-in.
Yes.
Or do they need to eat? And in the past, it's kind of a joke. I won't eat this month. I'll save up for that new fuzz. It's not a joke anymore. It's not funny anymore.
No.
And it's something that everybody in the music instrument industry has to consider, that there is not that much more money at the moment. And I think it will change. Everything's cyclical, of course, and we're going through it at the moment. But to go back to NAMM, I spoke with them because I contacted them. They sent me an email and said, Andy, we'd love for you to come to NAMM this year. I said, great. It's going to cost me 5,000 euros. How are you going to help with that? And they said, we're going to get you free tickets. I said, great. Let's cut it down by about 150 euros. How are you going to help me more? And basically they weren't.
Yeah.
And then I spoke to a series of people. And to be honest with them, if they're watching this, each person was very nice, but had no idea what they were talking about and had no actual authority. And I know that they were just fobbing me off with someone so that I got a conversation. I did enjoy the conversation. These people were very nice, but I didn't get the answers I needed. Then I finally got to someone who I think there's something I actually can't say there. So I know I'm being honest, but there's something I have to omit there. I talked to someone who's related to this NAMM thing. And this person told me that the NAMM organization is very aware of content creators, and that's a way that they can stay alive. And they didn't use those words, of course. That's how we can work together to a mutual beneficial outcome. And which means content creators, please come to NAMM because we're dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've promised me that 2025 will be different to every other NAMM experience, but I don't count things as done until they're done, so this might be my last NAMM. I'm going there purely to try it, like I did with Music Messe in 2018. If I hadn't gone there, as I said, things wouldn't be different. So something in my heart is telling me to go to NAMM this year. I'm going, but they say that 2025 they're going to be more content creator focused. As it stands, it's really expensive to go to NAMM when you live in Europe, as you guys know. Not only that, but it's a lot of time away from my family, and I have to have that conversation. I don't want to, but my kids really need me at the moment. They have some stuff going on. They're at an age where they need their dad and their mum. Daddy doesn't want to go off and play with guitars. I'm dad first. Everything else comes under that. And so where were we? Yeah, NAMM succeeding. I think NAMM would be more successful if they were to franchise it into smaller organizations and have smaller shows. I think the show was too big. It was exactly the right size when it was the only one. It was the main focus of the highlights. January, every year, new products. Then companies decided just to release products when and whenever due to the pandemic. And now we don't need that big month of releases. But if I were NAMM, I would at least look into doing smaller shows more frequently and internationally. I don't know the logistics behind that. I know nothing. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I do know that the NAMM show is, as you said, Frank, struggling, getting smaller, or you said getting smaller. I don't think it's needed as much, and that's the reason. When something's not needed as much, then it doesn't thrive.